Check, check. Checking, checking the mic. Check, check. Right. What is up, chat? Okay. All right. Since I'm still kind of undecided on distortion models to add to the plugin, I don't want to just start working on the GUI just to have something else to do. Okay, so we got to go to the main processor because we still have the generic GUI. Go right here. Okay, and then we'll be able to see the kind of template GUI that I have going. Cool. Okay. Yep, that all looks correct. Okay. So basically what I want to do, I kind of have the same parameters as Sound Toys Decapitator, but I don't really want to copy the GUI layout too much. One thing I definitely want to do is have the VU in the kind of top middle. Oh. What I'll probably do, I don't know, this layout is so good. Hard not to use the same layout. But I'm thinking I could definitely have the VU meter in the middle, and maybe I'll do the drive in the middle. And then perhaps I could have the low cut, high cut, and tone somewhere else. I don't know. This layout is so perfect. Yeah, I might as well just use the same layout. All right, so what I need to do is I already have some image-based VU meters that work, and they are in the other project I have. Let's see, do we have chat in here yet? I've got my other project working. It was a really simple issue. I can kind of show what that looked like. I'll just build it real quick and show you what I got. This is like the first kind of like virtual mix rack project I made a few months ago. So we've got our 10 macros at the bottom. So I've got a bunch of modules in here. We got consoles. So we got like a tube console. I got like a lo-fi one, and then I have solid state one. And this is just kind of like a console preamp tube thing. So we get rid. I've also got some distortions. Basically, I have one distortion model that you can choose different things. And I have a little visualizer. And Bit Crusher. Dynamics, I got this one. I'm going to use this VU meter. Then let's see, this one. I got that one knob one that I had made, the leveler. So that's this one. And then there's one more, like a, yeah, it's just like a limiter kind of thing. It sounds cool though. I am not sold on the GUI or the colors, kind of why I want to restart it anyway. Then I've got like full tech EQ, I've got like the 550A and then the 560 kind of thing graphic right here. Also got this, this is from the Will Perkle book, this amp stack. So low, mid, and high EQ. Yeah, I got the one knob voice sweetener thing. That's, oh yeah, WoW and Flutter. I got like the phone model from my Vibe Mechanic thing. And the denoiser. And then just reverb in the time one. So, whatever. That's the old project. I didn't really like the architecture. I like this much better. And I'm gonna pull the V. Okay, so let's see. So there. Yeah. So we need a couple things. Well, we need the actual first off. So meters and Neptune. This. Yeah. Let's take that. A little bit, I guess. Okay, that's just the image. We need. I've got two things related to code. I've got the actually let me just make sure. So if we go into say bedroom comp, we've got the Neptune meter. Okay, so that's in UI somewhere. Yeah, in level meter. No. VU meter. Level meter is like the not image based one. Yeah, and this is how I set up an accurate VU reading, because basically what happens is this is in a film strip of 128 or however many there are. So if you just kind of apply your linear gain to this, some of the numbers may match up, but you can see that this has a logarithmic scaling, and it can't really, at least easily, accurately figure out what it should be and apply that to the audio. So I just did it for all the shown numbers. Basically just set it to -20. That's 0. So, you know, anything below that. And then -10 is going to be 12, which is the frame. And that ended up being correct. And then you just kind of do that for each number so that the frame for that number is correct and everything in between is good enough. Yeah, cool. So I need that. That's the Neptune. That's, oh, that says VU. I think it's, there's the groove one. Bedroom. Neptune. Okay, here we go. So this thing, and then do we need anything else? I guess we need film strip image. Did we already put that in here? Put it in here. Okay, no, we didn't. Okay, that's fine. Let's go. By utils film. Sure, we'll put it there. And I'll grab is it widgets? Meter. And let's see, I'll just put it in components. Or actually, I should make a widgets. Makes more sense. Components, I should probably limit to actual JUCE components. Or maybe like larger JUCE components. like editors and such. So we go into widgets, go into here, and we're gonna have to say we don't have that. We're gonna say, shouldn't this be correct? We go out one, we should be able to see utils. Oh, because it's capital. And let's go here, include it, so we can get rid of that. Okay. I'm looking for view right here. Okay. Oh yeah, we have to add, oh right, we have to, we added an image, so we're gonna have to restore or reload. Okay. I'm gonna probably want to comment all of this out, except for this, I guess. Okay, and then we'll do reload. Oh, why is Chrome still on the screen? What? That's weird. Play capture. I don't remember OBS being this shitty. I'll have to go back to Streamlabs OBS and see if it's more reliable. All right, so did that finish? Yes, it did. Okay, so let's build it so that it actually rebuilds the binary data and stuff like that. Man, this is taking forever. I'll have a new computer tomorrow, so hopefully that makes a difference. Okay, good. So let's go to our image file and add those, or that one new image. Go. We're gonna have meter. And is this called Neptune something? Yeah. Okay, and then we gotta do this. Meter and meter. Yeah, okay. So now we should be able to go to view meter and uncomment this stuff. And get rid of everything that's not the one we want, which is this Neptune. Okay. So what's the correct one? Viator GUI bills. And this is probably just called meter. Okay, any other stuff? Nope, okay. Very simple. This just uses the film strip image class to pick a frame based on the input value. Nothing too crazy. I have it limited to between 20 dB and 5 dB because that's what most of the images have. And yeah, so I've got that here. Yeah, okay, so should be able to just kind of make one and put it in now. Called Viator UI. Do I have another? Oh yeah, I have like GUI component. What I do something like or GUI widgets. Cool. So let's call this, I don't know, VU meter. Okay, the only real initialization we have to do is call add and make visible. Okay. And then we got to put it on the screen somewhere. So we'll do something like, oh, set bounds, and we'll do something, get local bounds, do const auto VU width. That'll be like JUCE round int get width times something, I don't know, maybe 2.2, and then we got to go into the image and see what the correct aspect ratio is. So images, meters. Okay, so then get info. So we've got 397 by 33,000, whatever. So we got to divide 33,000, whatever. 153. By 129. So it's basically 397 by 257. So 7. So the width is 0.647 of the, or the height is 0.647 of the width. So if we do this equal to we got to round again. Round it U width times 647. Okay, and then we'll use that for with size keeping center. And we'll say VU width, VU height. And we're gonna need a way to scale that. So I'll just have const auto VU size scalar is use live constant. We'll do, I don't know, 0.5f. Okay. Actually, do a double. So we'll do it like this. Okay. And I guess we also kind of need a y value. So let's do uy is equal to I don't know, something like it height times something. Could be somewhere at the top, kind of. We'll do that, and then we could just pass that in right here by chaining it with the y. Okay, is that good enough? I think so. All right, let's put it on there. What's up, chat? Oh, that doesn't look like the correct aspect ratio. Did I do something wrong in my math? So it's 129 frames. So that means that each frame is 33,153 divided by 129, which equals 257. So, oh, because I didn't use, oh wait, no. Yeah, I use width right here. Okay, so height should be equal to VU width times, things correct. 257 divided by 397. Correct. Just look at it again. Maybe it is correct. See, this is the scalar part. Okay, it is correct. Oh, wait. Oh, it's scaling differently. I did something wrong. Apparently this doesn't work. So maybe oh yeah, of course. I don't need to put the scalar part in here. It's already based on the width. Okay. How's that? Okay, that looks better. Okay, something like that looks fine to me. Okay, let's go with that. Okay. Oh. And what I want this VU to do is, instead of being like an input or output meter, since we already have those in the kind of footer of the plugin and the template part of it, I want to somehow do a like amount of distortion. So, I mean, that Y position looks fine, right? I think the easiest way to do like a amount of distortion is to measure the RMS of the output and then subtract the RMS of the input, and that should give you how much like average volume increase you got from the distortion. So like the meter takes in what? It takes in dB. So when you do set level, yeah, it comes in dB. Okay, so what we have to do is something to the effect of let's see, we've got our main processing, so we would have to yeah, okay, so we would just take like we almost would do the same thing that we did for the regular meters. So let me go take one of them and copy and paste them. So like maybe the input peaks and the input levels. The only thing is this is going to be a single channel, so I'll have to average the two. Just take this and try it out. Let's just call it like drive levels and drive peaks, sure, even though it's not really peak. Okay. And we'll do actually, I don't really think I'll be able to do it the same way. I might just say like, well, I don't know. We go to one of those, we say, yeah, so we loop through the channels. Oh, that's the wrong thing. So yeah, loop through the channels. Yeah, we skip one iteration, input peaks equal to the magnitude. So we'll use the RMS instead. And if that, yep. And then that's for stereo. Doesn't really matter for us. Okay, I guess easiest thing. Got to shift into my thinking stance. So this gives us levels. I think we're gonna have to do two, just like we did the first one. So we'll do like drive levels in I guess we'll do that. And we'll go prepare them just like the other things are. And these are smooth values, so we just do, yeah, just like this. So this is going to be called drive levels in, drive levels out. Okay, fine. And then I guess we would do, where is it at? Be like this, calculate. Call it drive input and drive output. I think what I'll probably do is implement this, get it working, and then ask ChatGPT to, you know, make it a little less dumb. Okay, so we'll basically take this. there. I'm gonna go drive. And then we'll do the same thing for output. Okay. And then input levels is gonna be, we're in output right here. Let's go to input first. We'll do drive levels. Take that, copy it where we need to go. And let's also do drive do the same thing for the output one. Drive levels out. Drive peaks out. I don't remember what the key command in C line is to select a number of the same thing. Oh, that's definitely not it. And then just find and replace those. So, okay. So what we'll do, we still got to do more stuff, but I just want to go. I do it before or after the input gain is applied. I'm thinking before. Yeah, before makes sense. Okay, so calculate drive input peak from the buffer. And calculate drive output peak from the buffer. And what these will do is we gotta go change these to, instead of magnitude, we'll do RMS. Is it the same? Yes, the signature. Okay, so RMS and yep, RMS here. And now we should be able to have a method that will just do the same thing to read it that we do for the other meters. So like this, but I'm just going to, we're not returning a pair. This is just like a mono kind of output. So what we'll do is just return a float. So we'll say, yeah, we'll just do float git drive level, I guess. And let's go ahead and implement it in the processor, since it might be a little, it'll be more than one line. So this and drive level. Okay. So we've got, let's see what we got to work with here. Also, I'm going to move it. Let's put it down where we have our functions. So we have drive levels. The thing we actually return is the get current value. Okay. So what we'll do is, I guess we'll just say like const auto, we got to combine the left and right so that panning doesn't mess up anything. So let's say const auto. Oh yeah, okay, so const auto I guess drive out is equal to, what do we have here? We've got, let's see. Okay, so instead of drive out, let's just say drive, yeah, drive out combined is equal to drive levels out. Do I have a, yeah, I do. Okay, left. Get current value plus the right one. Then we'll say reduce it by half because we're combining them. So that's the out. And we'll do the same thing for the in. In. Okay. Oh, you know what? No, I mean, I think that's okay. I think we'll just say return drive out combined minus drive in combined. Let's see what kind of values we get when we don't actually have like audio. Drive measured. Do that. Let's just run it and see what it does. I'm kind of thinking basically what we're doing. Well, I'll have to wait till it builds. I was gonna write some pseudocode and it's gonna probably complain. Let's see. Oh, nobody's calling it yet, so yeah. It's okay. What I'm thinking is basically what we have right now is like pretend we have like a get RMS method. We have get RMS of output minus get RMS of input, and I don't know, I think that's fine, but it might actually be more accurate now that I'm thinking about it to do it more like this. I think it makes a difference. Which, if that is the case, I think we'll have to change this to take in. Yeah, it'll get real annoying real fast. Let's just see. So we've got, what we gotta do? We gotta call get drive level. So we'll just go into the editor and we're gonna go into the timer callback. And yeah, we'll say const auto drive is equal to processor ref dot get drive level, and that's gonna be in not db, right? So yeah, okay. And in fact, we don't need to put the debug statement in the processor. We can just do it in the timer, which is going to be way slower, and it's just so unnecessary to put a debug statement in the process block, unless you're just checking something real quick. Okay, so let's try that. Probably gonna have to think through it to make sure I'm not there's no bugs. Like sometimes it could be negative and sometimes it could be positive. I don't know. We'll just have to try it out. So drive measured is negative 100, which means 0. Okay, so what would we want to report when it's 0? Let me think about this real quick. That is what negative 100 would be, like 0, right? Oh. Oh, bro, get that. Want that. Do this. Let's just make sure that the linear gain is what I expect. 0. Yeah, okay, so I'm thinking what we want to do is we do something like this. Drive to db is equal to this. And then we could do like const auto drive to report is going to be equal to, like, you could JMap it to like drive to db, which is from, oh, let's limit it. That'll help us out. J limit. The lower limit's going to be negative 100. The upper limit's going to be 0. And it's going to be drive to db. So we're going to map that, which is from negative 100 to 0 to 0 to negative 20. And let's see, drive to db probably needs to be explicitly labeled as float. And num-action function call. Oh, I missed one here. That's what it was. Okay, so let's try that. So what I would hope is that now this will say 0. Cool. So we can kind of simulate some signal without actually putting it in logic yet. I guess what we'll do is, yeah, so let's just put a little buffer loop. We'll do that. What are we gonna do? Random, get system random, next float, and that's 0 to 1, so times 2 minus 1, so that gets us negative 1 to 1, and we should be able to see something. We don't want to actually hear any of that noise, so let's just mute our buffer. Okay, so hopefully now when we move the drive, oh, but we don't have a drive slider. Okay, so for the moment, I'm just gonna set our drive to be like 10 or whatever. Yeah, let's just set it to 10 right Hopefully we get I don't know, an expected value, I guess. Drive measured is 0. Let's see. Maybe I made him. Let's just that. See if we get a different value from -100 or whatever it was. Because if it's -100 again, I guess we made a mistake somewhere in the measurement. Yeah, so I guess something's wrong. Okay, so verify the easy stuff first. Are we calling the correct calculate at the correct point? Drive input, okay. Then we do our processing. Then calculate drive output. Seems reasonable to me. And then calculate drive input is the same thing. Make sure all these variables are the in ones. And then we're using RMS. Okay. These are all the in ones. Yes. Okay. Then drive output, are these all the out ones? Yes. Yes. And then we got get RMS. Okay. So drive out combined. Drive levels out. Drive levels out. Oh. I don't think this is probably the only issue. That doesn't seem like that should. Oh, actually, maybe so. Yeah. Maybe that was it. Okay, so out, out, in, left, right, out, out, out. Okay, that seems reasonable to me. Yeah, okay. See what we get. Still -100. Okay, so the question is, let's move this back to here. Let's do something like this. So drive out combined is that. Then let's do drive in combined is that. And also I might as well just put one dial in there for the drive and attach it and be good to go. Okay, so drive out is 0.3. Drive in is 0.6. Okay, so we've got a mismatch here. I would think that drive out should be louder. Shouldn't. Okay, well, we do have drive compensation on all of these. I think on all of them. That could be it. So for example, what's the first one? It's where am I at? Where's the here. Okay, so we go here. The first one's class B amp, and those class B amp have drives get mixes. Blend, Okay, so this one doesn't seem to have any added compensation, so do I just need to see which one is larger and then okay, I'm gonna write some really dumb code, but we'll fix it later. Um see, let's do greater than that, and then we'll just do else. In so we don't need that. We could probably go back here and test it. And what do we have here? Okay, so negative 12. So maybe I need to take the absolute value of that. Probably. Drive to report. Oh, let's see if we get the right value with this. I'm thinking there might be a mistake. Okay, it says negative 17. So we did something. Oh yeah, I guess this doesn't make I I think we just want this. I think we just want, and then we'll say oh, let's just check that real quick. That should be okay. So we'll do I don't even remember what we called it. View meter dot set level, and that'll be drive to report. All right, so let's make sure that goes somewhere around negative 12. Yeah, okay. And then let's turn the drive back down to 0 and make sure that it is at least around 0. So I pass it up. Let's see. Drive. Still says it's negative 12. That's weird. So this is obviously not working as I expected. Maybe RMS isn't the way. Maybe I should just do the peak again. I would, yeah, I guess it would. I don't know. It's hard to say because the RMS probably grows faster than the peak when it's distorted, but I think let me just do it. Magnitude, so we'll go to drive. This will be magnitude and now it says negative. That doesn't make any sense. So you're telling me if we go to in, okay, out. Oh, you know what? This might be related. Okay, wait. Drive in is 0.9 and drive out is 0.9ish to 1. I mean that seems correct to me. One thing I think we still have to do that might be a bug is that we need to um no, I don't I was thinking that maybe the mid side processing was giving us an issue, but actually I don't think it is because we're getting what I expect here. Drive in combined, drive out combined. So what are we getting in here? I think I'm getting the correct values. I think I'm just using it incorrectly. Drive is 0.0. That seems normal to me. Drive is 0.006, which gains to decibel. Oh, I think I might have to. I have to add one. Drive is now. No, I guess I was wrong. So wait. I think I'm just doing this wrong. So the value we're getting is like 0.00 whatever, which is Oh wait, no, I think that was correct. I think that was correct. Because I was getting like 0.3, which is in dB, which is I think kind of what I would expect if there's very little distortion. So let's do that and then for that for now. Cool. Okay. So then, yeah. Okay. So then what if I go up and give it like 10 dB of drive? Only bad thing is if I include an auto gain function. Oh, look, it's still 0. That's hilarious. Okay, so I'm still going around in circles with my logic. All right, well, let's do something else real quick for fun. Let's put a slider in there for drive. I'm gonna, let's see, I guess, yeah, we'll just do a CD array of JUCE sliders. And how many are we gonna have? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess that's right. Okay. So we'll do something like enum main sliders. And we'll do K drive. Actually, let me see what order we have here. Well, actually, it doesn't matter what our order is. Yeah, okay. So let's just drive K low pass, K tone, K high pass, mix, and then oh, we already have input and output on the plugin. So drive, low pass, tone, high pass. Okay. So we're only gonna have 5. Okay. And then so we'll have num main sliders. Let's put that here. Okay. And we'll say main sliders. Okay. Excellent. Void. Init main. Actually, wait, what do I want to do? I think I just want to do like a set slider props. Did I not have that for the template one? That's weird. I'll probably just put it inside. Yeah, okay, whatever. This is better. So we'll take in a reference to a slider for now. Okay, okay. Good. All right. So what we'll do. I'll just put it after this and say that slider props. At the very least, add and make visible that slider. I think these are all gonna be the same style. Slider style to rotary vertical drag, and then I guess we're gonna have some other things, like they're all gonna have their own text value suffix. So I think this is good for now. So we can do like void init main sliders. So we call that in the constructor, of course. I guess we'll do it after the IO sliders. That's fine. Then this, and I'm actually gonna go put this near where I did the other sliders. Right there's init main sliders. So I guess we're really only gonna do set slider props on M sliders a drive. Okay, that's easy for now. Okay, so add and make visible should be fine. I think then we could just go into resized and so do something to the effect. I guess we'll do something similar. So yeah, are all of our sliders gonna be the same size? I don't know, maybe not. We'll do something like could do could just do the same thing. So get local bounds. We'll do thing kind of with size keeping center. This will be slider width and height. And then the Y is going to be the meter. I get bottom. Okay, and then I guess live constant so that we can set an appropriate size. Okay, good enough for now. Okay. Why did it how did it know to automatically? Did I miss something? I was expecting this to just look like the basic juice slider. So that's fine. How did that happen? A slide, M slide. Is that the wrong one? Yeah, it's the wrong one. Main sliders. Main sliders. Okay. Okay, so let's do a best way to do this. I guess we'll just make an attachment for each. So we'll do unique pointer. It's going to be JUCE. Audio processor value tree state. Slider attachment. That'll be drive attach. And we go to init sliders for our that. Okay. And we'll do this. Attach equal to std make unique. Audio processor value tree state. Slider attachment. Okay. We need the tree, which is go look at my this. Okay, so we give it the tree state, which is fine, but we got to give it the correct ID. So that's drive, and then we got to give it the correct slider, which is in main sliders, I think. And this is going to be a drive, and that styling is absolutely abhorrent. I don't know why it's not fixing it. But okay, this should be all we need. Let's hit play to make sure it doesn't crash. And then we'll go open it in plugin doctor and make sure the drive is actually doing something, and then we can further debug the meter. No crash. So let's build that AU. Check. Okay, good. I wonder if my mic stops working when I switch scenes. Is that what it is? Okay, we'll see. All right, plugin doctor. What even is this? The Ripper. Oh, it's still zeroed out. So I gotta go remove that stuff we put in. So we're gonna take this noise out, and we're gonna unmute the buffer. And I gotta set a key command for build. Let's see, key map, build project, add keyboard shortcut, I guess command B. Already assigned to referenced rows in database, bold in plugins. So bunch of stuff I'd never will use. So can I shortcuts already assigned to other actions? Do you want to remove the other assignments? Yes. Okay, cool. Let me hit it and see if it works. Run is, that's option R. Okay. The Ripper. Oh, we've got audio. Oh, but we don't have a slider. Yeah. I knew it would be something like that. So main slider drive, that's correct. We got main slider drive. Okay, it should be fine, I guess. Excellent. Right. Are we getting some distortion? Sure are. Okay. Let's go back. Alone. And we've got, we can put this back. Guess it could also be that white noise is the best thing to test. Because it's basically even. Oh, well, no, we should still be able to see the difference on the app. Okay, so then let's put this back in. And I don't have that still in here, right? Let me. All right, let's see. Does option R work? Nope. Nope. Oh, it's shift R. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm gonna also remap that. So let's do run. Run. Yeah, this. Keyboard shortcut. Make that command. Already a bunch of stuff I don't care about, looks like. Okay. Okay, so do these numbers change when they do change? And that looks like what I would expect. Okay. So, okay. So then, does that number increase to what I would expect it to be? Okay, so we've got like a 0 point everything. Okay. Why is that? Is that what I would expect from 0 to 5? Probably be more than that, right? Although that algorithm I think does kind of compress as it gets driven harder, so it might be kind of naturally going down a bit, but get drive level. So so what is our drive? I feel like that should be like a near zero number that gradually goes up. Yeah, okay, so like 0.1 or whatever. Okay. And it looks like that goes up to 0.6. So it increases 6-fold. Or I guess more than 6. So okay, so from 0 to 0.6. What is that in? Okay, so if I was adding one, that would be from around 1 to 1.6. So yeah, I think so. It's from 0 to like 0.6. So if we do add 1, that would be 1 to 1.6, which should be like 0 to whatever, but we're clipping it away because it's not negative. So what we actually need to do is do this drive to D -1. What does that give us? I guess I could just put negative drive to DB. Okay, so we've got very little, and then it goes up. Okay, well, that might be it. This is saying we're getting like 4 dB of drive, which may or may not be accurate. So I think, what if actually that makes sense probably, because when you check the peak, the distortion is going to tame the peaks a lot. So maybe now we can go back to RMS and see what happens. Hit RMS. That's the output, and then here's the input one. Right? Yep. Okay. So see what we get. Obviously, we're gonna have to test this thoroughly with every model and try to test it with inputs that don't necessarily make sense to make sure. Okay, so we're getting 2 dB of distortion by default, which actually might be correct. Oh, but we're going the wrong direction. Okay. So drive right now. Interesting. Hold up. Let's check that again without doing this. See what we get here. This negative time -1 might be messing us up now, but let's see. Drive to DB. Okay, so we've got 2-ish. And okay, that's kind of strange. The drive all the way up is a smaller difference than the drive not all the way up. Is that what's happening in Plugin Doctor? The Ripper. So let's see what happens to the. Oh, yeah. I go take that stuff out of the process block again. Oh, plus I'm checking it with white noise. Maybe that's why it seems like it's only 0 to 5. So peak might have actually been correct. So let's see. So the Ripper, let's see if the volume kind of goes up then down. Oh, just goes up. Okay, so maybe RMS isn't the way. Go back here, magnitude. So magnitude, and let's. This is still correct probably. So drive to report. That's fine. Okay. So yeah. Okay. I think you can just put negative what like in front of a variable, but I don't know. I don't like it for some reason. Doesn't feel very safe. All right, so that stuff is still out of there. Good. All right, let's try it out in Logic. See what we get. Oh, we got 8 in the chat now. Nobody's saying nothing. Wild. I guess the streams would be more fun if I did more stuff in Logic. I don't know. This is real development. Get stuck on little things for an hour or 2 hours. Things that aren't fun. I also need to make some music. There needs to be better. I know it's probably boring for you guys whenever I have a moment where I'm not talking and I'm just kind of. Check. Okay, so seems like maybe the mic input breaks whenever I open and close Logic, so I'll have to remember that. Okay, so let's see. Let's get these drums right here. This is some hot fire I've been writing. Oh, it's not coming through. Okay. All right, so apparently trying to switch the macOS audio input crashes OBS for some reason. Is the stream still retained? Let's see. Oh, okay. So I don't even know how they do that. Like the stream wasn't shut down. I guess if I come back quick enough, it doesn't do something. Okay, but now Logic is working. That's hilarious. Okay. What we got here? Viator Audio, the Ripper. I'll put down for you guys so it doesn't blow up your ears. Okay, I mean, it's not what I expected, but in terms of how far I expected the meter to move, but I mean, I think the behavior is correct. So maybe I'm just wrong about this idea of how much difference the distortion makes for like the peak values. That seems to function. I was getting like around 8, right? That was with yeah, okay, so we're really not going to be able to know for sure until we test out the other models, because it could be that each model has its own whatever. Okay, so let's make that knob not suck. Let's see. Question is, am I going to want to do the image knobs for this one? I think so. I have, let's see. Maybe I should off screen real quick. Let me look. I want to look at my, oh, I don't even have them on this computer. Okay, so that's fine. All right. For now, we'll go with the same look and feel for the other dials, and then I will download my all my image slider assets, and we'll apply those later. So here we go. We'll probably just need to take the same look and feel that's applied to the IO sliders. Where's that at? Yeah. Well, that's the. Oh, apparently I called it thin dial looking. Okay, well. Okay, main sliders, props, this, and then we'll go, before we forget, clean up our memory leak here. Same thing, we gotta set the look and feel to null pointer on the main sliders. Okay. And need to here's oh, we need to do this. Set text box style. I'm gonna do no text box because I like making my own out of labels, so I could do like the hover logic. Okay, cool. So hopefully that looks all right. Let's see what happens. Check. Yep, mic good. Okay, good. Check. Man, OBS used to be so reliable. Now it's garbage. All right. The dial is massive apparently, and its bottom is all the way over here. Oh, no, it's because the label probably is, the height is way too large. So, the bound slider height, I mean, usually I do like divide by 10 and that works. Okay. That's still too far away. Yeah, it's not much of a difference, but I mean, probably correct. Where'd it go? We could also, there is probably a lot of extra padding at the bottom of a juice dial. So we could probably move, well, yeah, we could put it on top of the slider a little bit. So like if we do like get bottom and then minus like I don't know, the height divided by 4 or something. That might be too much, but might need to do the same thing, like divide by 10. That might, yeah, that might be. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay, so just a little too much. So we'll do, maybe this works? And if it does, we can make a little variable and, well, actually, we're going to make a little function, so we can take care of that in there. It's about the same, so I don't know, whatever. 8, whatever. All right, so I got an idea for a function that we can make. So we could do set label, or actually position label for dial. It will take in a slider reference and a label reference. Yeah, okay, so then we go here. Position, is that what it's called? Position label for dial. Yep, okay. And then what we'll do is take this stuff right here and put it here, and what we'll do is the label and then the slider, which is this. and slider.get height. I got width, and then we need to pass in the font size. So let's do float size. Okay, that should work. Then we'll go up here and we will use that. So this will be position, and that will be the main slider drive, and then the main slider pop-up labels drive. And then what's the font? It's just called font size. Yeah. Okay, so that's a little bit easier. Let's see if that looks correct. Okay, yeah. And the hover works. Yep. So when you're over it, it shows you the value. All right. And then let's also, one more thing we can add to the hover is the text is over. So that plus the, what's it called? Text value suffix. Text value suffix. And then that actually like that. Okay. And then we'll need to add a text value suffix for each one. So we'll just do that here. Value suffix, and this will be that. Okay. Check, check. Okay, does that look good? All right, so we got DB. All right, perfect. Okay. Well, I guess that'll about do it for tonight. Yeah, man, I'm kind of thinking this layout. I'm already not liking. You would think that it would be make more sense for the drive to be the main dial and to be larger, but like, I already feel like this looks stupid. So I would kind of want to have it like maybe right here, and then maybe have the dials kind of take up this like portion. You'd have like the tone and the filters at the bottom. Then maybe you could have the drive could be large, and the mix and the, oh, we don't have another dial. So yeah, I don't know. I'll think through this and we'll update it. All right, so let's test and see if the audio cuts out whenever I switch scenes. How we doing? Okay, audio's on. Okay, well, great. Here you go. Here's my Patreon subscribers. Subscribe if you want. Join the Discord from the video description. subscribe on YouTube, and I'll be here Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 CST. All right. Thanks for stopping by. It was nice having you.